All right, Shalom, Shalom. With the Hebrew Israelites coming out here day in and day out to prophesy the downfall of America, which is modern day Babylon, spiritual Sodom and Egypt, and the uprising of Israel, considered the so-called Negro, Latinos, Native Americans and elect, you know. And foremost, going to give all praises to Yahweh,
Hashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash.
Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushai, double honors to the apostles, elders, bishops, great millstone, much salutations to the brothers, teach the word for the hopeful elect, soon to be the elect. Most High will. Just gonna get right into it, man. You know, only the elect and not the other nations. This other camps talking about all you know, Gentiles can be saved pretty much. So that means Trump, and that means all those political figures. That means our enemies. That means, you know, all the nations, you know, and they going off, man. You know, and really, you know, it's the end of the world. Esau is paying people off more than ever now, you know, and a lot of people don't believe in this truth, so they just do what they want to do, so called. You know, it's not really important what they teach and who they feed and all that. So, you know, we're gonna bring out some scriptures, you know, and hopefully it's edifying to those that are watching. You know, I think that's what Alizé is teaching, Genesis and all them. You know, they might even come all together, man.
And then you got believers of the way. They trying to have this whole thing of saying that these so-called true Christians, the ones that calling on Jesus, but they all love and they really teach love. Them people ain't really love, man. Them people ain't the real believers, man. You know, they gonna be just as wicked as anybody else in that day, man, because they ain't calling them the right names, man.
And we can't go into the elect because it's elect for a reason, man. You know, in these nations that they're talking about, and people trying to talk about being saved, they're still our enemies to this very day, man. They still do way out with things against the Most High and His prophets, even His people, the regular people of Israel. Go ahead.
This is Romans chapter 11, verse 7. What then? Israel have not obtained. Romans chapter 11, verse 6. Well, let's do yeah. Let me just start. It's Romans chapter 11, verse 1. And it reads, I say then, have Yahweh cast away his people? Yahweh forbid.
Yeah, who is his people? The Israelites, man. It's plain and simple. All through the Bible. When he came to the laws, two is Moses. The one he was dealing with, Noah, they were Israelites. Abraham was an Israelite. Abraham and Isaac and Jacob, that was his grandfather, Jacob's grandfather, the same lineage. So if they talking about they weren't Israelites, they wasn't called Israelites yet until Jacob got his name turned to Israel. But that's his father. And Isaac's father is Abraham. So that's coming from the lineage and the seed of Israel. Go ahead.
For I also am an Israelite.
Yeah, that's what he was saying. Paul was saying he's an Israelite also from the tribe of Benjamin. You know? He wasn't an Egyptian, he wasn't an Edomite, and he wasn't what's that other one? And he wasn't a Roman. Even though he used that card, he wasn't. Go ahead.
Of the seed of Abraham.
That's what it talks about, the seed of Abraham. And he references Abraham. He was born way after Abraham. But that's the fathers, man. You are what your father is, man. Go ahead.
Of the tribe of Benjamin.
Of the tribe of Benjamin, which is listed as one of the tribes in Revelation, along with the 11 other tribes. They talking about Joseph is not a tribe. No, come on, man. That's Ephraim. That's an exchange for. That's the same thing as saying Ephraim, man. Go ahead.
Verse 2, Yahweh have not cast away his people which he foreknew.
Which he foreknew. All the way going back, man. Which he foreknew. His people, the Israelites.
Like it said Isaiah 14, he had yet chosen, he shall yet choose Israel.
Yep.
You know,
Yeah.
and have mercy upon Jacob.
Yep. Go ahead.
Wot ye not what the scripture saith of Elias?
Yep.
How he maketh intercession to the Most High against Israel,
Yep.
saying, Lord, they have killed thy prophets and digged down thine altars.
That's what they have done. And even going back to Moses, he pleaded for the cause of Israel too. But he said this is a hard-headed people because our people are steady going off. But that doesn't mean that Most High is dealing with other nations because our people go off. You know, he has an elect. Go ahead.
And I am left alone, and they seek my life.
Yep. Go ahead.
Verse 4, but what saith the answer of the Most High unto him?
Because in the scriptures say, O Jerusalem, that thou killest the prophet, thou that killest the prophets. They were still Israelites. That don't make them another nation, or the Most High ain't dealing with them. Most High is saying, get right. You know? That's why he got the commandments. That's why he got prophets making intercession, you know, following the spirit of Yahweh while Yahweh Shai, man. To get back with you, through Yahweh Shai to get back to Yahweh. Go ahead.
But what saith the answer of the Most High unto him? I have reserved to myself 7,000 men.
That's a completion of men, man. It would be representative of the 144,000 today. You know, we say hopeful elect, but there's an elect, and that will not bow down. Well, it's going to say, go ahead.
Who have not bowed the knee to the image of Baal.
Yeah, the image of Baal. Go ahead.
Verse 5, even so then at this present time.
You said it right, Baal, because that's people. Go ahead.
Even so then at this present time, also there is a remnant.
There's a remnant. This present time, there's a remnant, man. Not everybody, man. If you do some fractions and it's the remainder, it's not everything, man. It's not all. It's not as a whole.
And that's what they try to do. They try to involve everyone as if the Lord was speaking to them, man. He's not speaking to everybody. Also, there is a remnant according to the election.
According to the election, we talk about it all the time. The election is the elect. Just like the elites of the Edomites, everybody's not an elite. You got regular Edomites and then you got super elite Edomites. They don't dwell with these regular Edomites. They don't congregate with these regular Edomites. Same thing as they have an elect on the left-hand side, there's an elect of the chosen of Israel, the nation of Israel. Go ahead.
According to the election of grace.
Election of grace, because it's not by any other. Most High had grace, mercy upon us. He gave us a grace, gave us grace period to get right. You know, go ahead.
Verse 6, and if by grace, then it is no more of works. Otherwise, grace is no more grace.
So righteousness is filthy rags. So it's nothing you could do as an Israelite, you know, but to work out your salvation with fear and trembling. But it's not according to your works. You can, you know, it's Most High because He gave you mercy. You know, we got things like hope and faith, and it's not given to these other nations. They don't even know the Most High. They're not even connected. They don't even have hope. China right now is going for the the Super Bowl of to be in elite status, to be the top. How they got carnal weapons, military might and all that. How they the children of God?
You know, it's heavy because, you know, Yahweh Shai, when he came on the scene over 2,000 years ago, he made that, you know, known that he wasn't he's not for the heathens. You know, what's that? He told the disciples, "Go not into the way of the heathen."
Yeah, enter any city of the Samaritans.
You know, and then when the Samaritans called, when the Jews called, the Israelites called Yahweh Shai Samaritan, what did he say? He said, "You dishonor me." You know, he basically like, y'all disrespecting me by calling me a heathen.
I think he actually called them devils.
Yeah, they said you are a devil and you are a Samaritan. And he said you dishonor me.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, cause you disrespecting me, calling me a heathen.
Mm-hmm.
So Lord, he came on the scene over 2,000 years ago, and made it known that he was only here for the lost sheep of Israel.
That's what.
Go ahead, go ahead.
I was just saying that's why Deuteronomy separated the sons of Adam. He
Yeah.
made sure there was a distinction
There
there.
was no, yeah. And he said it's a difference between the Egyptians and Israel. And also he told that woman that asked her their so-called, when she was referencing our father Abraham, he said, you know, not what you worship, the salvation is of the Jews.
Yep.
He said, say this. Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Plain, man. But he told he talked to another woman that was actually an Israelite. That said that shall we eat it from the mat, even the dogs eat from the master's table, crumbs from the master's table, but she was actually an Israelite. So you got Israelite foreigners that have been moved and scattered that think they like our people, they think they Africans.
I think the heathen.
Yeah, they think they heathens, but they're really Israelites. And when we tell them, they say, nah, Africa, we was, our people, but you have to break things down to them and let them understand that, hey, the Africans hate you. And the only part of really they talking about in Africa is West Africa. We say that. We say that most of the people in West Africa, man.
That's why Jacob go down there. He'll go to West Africa, and he'll be like, "Oh man, no, they love me here because it's Jake there.
Yeah.
It's Jake."
When we talk about West Africa, we talk about the Nigerians, the ones from Sierra Leone, the ones from Morocco, maybe, the ones from what's that other Ghana, you know, the West Africa, man. Like, and all those people that pretty much enter into the industry, like Godfrey, he's a known comedian. He always talk about black. He know about the Israelites, but he always talk about black, and he make a kind of separation of himself by saying he's a Nigerian. He doesn't really say he's an African. He said he's Nigerian because that's where mostly our people are, man. Go ahead.
But if it works, then there's no more grace.
There's no more grace, man. So it's basically the Most High having mercy on us grace to return back to. Not everybody. Go ahead.
Otherwise, work is no more work.
Yeah, because your work, you know what I'm saying? Hey, you can try to do some vain things by building a temple to the Most High. Like, what is that going to do to you? He's a spirit. Everybody should. He that worships the Most High in spirit and truth. It ain't in just building him, building a building or,
Especially here, because this stuff going to get destroyed. There ain't no reason to build in this thing.
Most High even said, don't set your things up on carnal things, and things that are moth-eaten, things that are temporal. And carnal things are temporal. Building is temporal. Go ahead.
Verse 7, what then? Israel have not obtained that which he seeketh.
He's not obtaining what he seeketh. Our people are still hurting. Our people are still looking for the truth, but they can't find it because the Most High haven't given it to them to know or understand in the spirit. Go ahead.
Israel have not obtained that which he seeketh for, but the election have obtained
The
it.
election have obtained it, man. Everybody can't be a president. Everybody can't be on the team. Everybody can't be a congressman, an elected official, or whatever. You can have all kind of dreams that you want to, man.
Yeah.
And you'll never make it because you're not given that opportunity. And that's what the Most High, he's not giving these people opportunity to sit in his congregation. So they were blinded, spiritually blinded. What did he say? They have eyes and they see not. They have ears and they hear not. Because the Most High made their ears fat. He made their eyes without seeing, man. Go ahead.
And the rest were blinded.
The rest were blinded. I'm not talking about physically blinded. They were spiritually blinded. To not understand the truth, not understand the prophecies, not understand the breakdowns, not understand that this is spiritual Egypt, that is spiritual men being elected, that the house is spiritual. They still ask us today, where's your building at? And if we're not teaching in the building, they just out here, just rambling around, just like we just like a picnic or something. Like we're about to break up a barbecue grill.
Yeah.
You can be spiritual. It can be a spiritual house, man. You know, that's what our people are used to: entertainment, barbecue, eating, drinking, partying. We the bored Israelites. We don't care. The boring Israelites. We'll take that note as long as we on that chariot, man. Go ahead.
Verse 8, according as it is written,
According as written, go ahead.
Yahweh have given them the spirit of slumber,
Spirit of slumber, go ahead.
eyes that they should not see,
There you go. I jumped ahead of myself. I shall not see. Go ahead.
and ears that they should not hear,
Your spiritual eyes and your spiritual ears, man. Go ahead.
unto this day.
Unto this day, unto this very day. So it's talking about the Israelites, but it's talking about they've been blinded. So it's talking about an elect that hasn't been blinded. So it's not talking about any other nation. They're not even included in this thing. Like we tell you, in this movie, they just extras, man. You ever see an extra, they sitting behind the main actors, and they eating and all that. They might play a scene, but you ain't gonna remember who. You don't want to know who that person's name is.
Yeah, they just back there talking and shit in the
Yeah.
background or something.
They
You
might
worried
even,
about the main character.
yeah, they might even talk to the main character, but still, you don't want to know them. You want to focus.
They might bump into him like, get
Yeah.
out of my way.
Yeah.
Like that's it though.
He might go back to his family and say, I got a part. I'm in Coming to America. I'm in the Terminator. They be like, oh, he's going somewhere. And if you don't act no more and you don't become a celebrity status, that your own family won't even want. I keep talking about this shit.
And that's how they are with us. That's how our family is. We don't got no big church. We ain't in these mega churches. They like, oh well, you know, whatever. They think we the ones, the extras.
Yeah.
We the main characters.
Yeah, y'all doing a little something. But y'all, you know what I'm saying? But when they hooping and hollering and they moonwalking in the church, and they be like, that's Pastor Poley, Preacher Poley, Pastor so-and-so. I like him. I like the way he moves. Then they start jiggling in the pockets like, we need some money. And they be like, damn, that election plate come.
Yeah.
I said, election plate that.
You say you want to be a part of the elect.
Yeah.
5 EV payments for $9.99.
Yeah. Throw in your cents. Hell no. Go ahead.
It's, Isaiah chapter 59, verse 20. It says, and the Redeemer shall come to Zion, and unto them that turn from transgression.
Yeah, because who's only able to really transgress is our people, Israel. He gave our people the law. That's why he said, I deal with no other families but Israel, so I'm going to punish you for your sins. Why do you think the world, these nations, they get punished under the name of Yahweh Yahushua? They live and doing what they want to. They don't have no umbrella of commands that they have to follow. Go ahead.
It says, and the Redeemer shall come to Zion, and unto them that turn from transgression in Jacob.
And Jacob.
Oh, so they, like he said, and unto them that turn from transgression in Jacob.
Yeah.
You got these Edomite Christians. They say they, stop doing this and stop doing that. Try to do righteousness. What did it say? He said, turn unto them that came unto them that turned from transgression in Jacob.
Yeah, and that's why Zaquan was saying, just because you do something nice or something good, don't mean that you the elect.
They call that, you know what they call that? Common courtesy, man.
Yeah.
It's almost like two children playing, and it's a so-called black and a so-called white baby. They don't know how prejudice and racist stuff is until they grow up, man. They be like, oh shit, I ain't into that class no more. I'm not into this education. That's why it says we no longer toss to and fro as children. You know what I'm saying? But to understand, it says what it says, the meat is given to them of old age, and our spirit is old age. We're coming from the ancient. Go ahead.
He said, as for me, this is my covenant with them.
Even Joshua said that. He said, as for me and my house, he wasn't talking about the whole world. We gonna serve the Most High, man. How many of them heathens we talk about Yahweh Yahushua? The world being turned around because it's wicked. They don't speak in the name of righteousness. I haven't heard one Moabite or one Edomite speaking in the name of righteous. I ain't talking about that Christian stuff because that's Jesus stuff. Most High sent his son and his name wasn't Jesus, man. No, his name is not Yeshua. His name is not Yahshua. Shahawah Shai. Go ahead. Okay. Yeah, does he tell you?
Yeah,
Right about
pretty much.
yeah. You did hit a point in there. In Jacob, man. You know, because it even says the heathen were complaining and basically telling, talking to the Most High, calling out to the Most High, and said, "Your name will not weigh our wickedness against their wickedness, and see that your name only remains in Israel." You know what I'm saying? So we're comparative with these nations because we're at the bottom, and we become level with these heathens. But inside and spiritually, we're better than them, and we're greater than them, and we're royal, and they are not. You know. Go ahead.
It's Isaiah chapter 37, verse 32. It says, "For out of Jerusalem," when that Jerusalem, that's the people, not the place. It said, "For out of Jerusalem shall go forth a remnant."
Go forth the remnant, man. Y'all look up that word remnant. It's a remainder.
Yep.
You know, it's like if you destroy a whole place and it's like, even if there's one person left, that's a remainder. Go ahead.
It says, "For out of Jerusalem shall go forth a remnant, and they that escape out of Mount Zion."
Out of Mount Zion, man.
So that's telling you right there.
And Mount Zion, Mount Monument, pretty much. Zion means a monument.
Yeah.
That means that when you set a monument up, that means something as a memorial, a memorabilia to where you remembering those things of the past. That's why it says, if you ask thy fathers, and they shall tell thee, man. Ask the men of old, and they shall teach thee, man. Because this is an old, ancient doctrine to have ancient ties and old ties to a spiritual remnant, a spiritual body. No? Go ahead. I was going to get that one that says, where Paul said, for Israelites. See, what they trying to say too is what they trying to say too is you can become an Israelite, you can convert to Israel, and to being an Israelite. I didn't say that. He didn't say, tell me where it says anywhere where you can convert to being an Israelite.
Yeah, because the Israelite is a nationality. That's a race. You can't change a race. If you were so-called white, Caucasian, or any other, that's what you can't change. That.
And that's what the
That's your DNA.
That's what the Jewish people tried to do by calling themselves Ashkenazi Jews. Because out of the seed of Japheth came Ashkenaz, and out of the descendants of Shem came the Israelites. Those are two different generational seed lines, man. You can't be both of them. That don't make sense.
You can be a Christian and you can be a Jew, because Christian is not a religion. It just means anointed. So you can be an anointed Jew. They try to separate that like it's two different religions or two different nationalities.
Yeah.
They the same thing, man.
Yeah, Christian believes you believe in the Messiah, believes you believe in Yahushua.
Yeah.
But if you don't call on them names, then everything you're doing is a profane sacrifice.
Well, that's why we say, starting with the apostles, elders on down, that's why we say the real Christians, the true Christians, the fake Christians are anti-Messiah, anti-Mashiach, anti-Yahushua.
Yeah, they're not anointed, man.
No, if you believe in Jesus, you anti-Yahushua, you anti-Christian, man.
Yeah, anointing has to do with the oil, and the oil is the wisdom, man. You don't have no wisdom on really what it's saying, then you're not anointed.
Yeah, because anointed, it had a physical representation. That's a clue right there. Physical representation, but it has a spiritual representation too. Spiritually anointed. You know, and that's why they get it mixed up too. Like it's a physical body, it's a spiritual body. So they be like, So they be like, well, now everybody can make it because it's spiritual now, and you can be a spiritual Israelite now.
Yeah.
Well, the physical is a representation of the spirit, man. You know, there's a spirit, a spiritual realm in the heavens that come, and down here as Jacob, as the saints, you got a spiritual, a spiritual, and then you got a spiritual, you got a spiritual, you got a physical counterpart. So why you think there's such thing as evil angels? They coincide and work with Esau, and they're gonna continue to be wicked when the Most High destroys the place. When the wickedness in this place, in this world, and this all, it's still gonna be those evil spirits going into the nations, bro.
Because it said, what Solomon 12 verse 1, his incorruptible spirit is in all things. And he's going to have to be on them heathens so they won't become forth.
Exactly.
For them to be service.
Keep them, keep them spiritually under.
Yep.
Keep them down.
You never going to understand these scriptures fully.
Just like us, they got in the physical world, they got mechanisms to keep our spirituality with frequencies and all that.
Yep.
And they use all these medicines and all that, keep our body low. Well, on the spiritual side, we're gonna keep their asses low.
Yep.
They ain't gonna rise up to be immortal, man.
Yep. That ain't gonna happen.
That's only the Israelites.
That righteousness is gonna be a filthy rags like it is with us right now.
Yeah.
You know?
Yep.
That's all you're gonna ever get.
I got one question.
All right.
Could you explain, could you all please, I've been looking at Hosea, about how Hosea, God and the prostitute, that part, with the 3 kids that they had. I'm confused with that right there. You know, with God saying that at least I'll just study. I'm not good keeping up.
Are you trying to ask if prostitution is a sin? Is that what you're
I went with the prostitute that he married. She went out and had a kid. That kid that she had, that third, is that kid part of Israel?
As far as what? As far as man, I mean, coming from what seed?
I don't know.
That's talking about Hosea. He had 2 children.
Yeah.
Yeah, if he came from Hosea, he's
That's what I'm
Israelite.
saying.
Didn't she go out and have a kid?
If she had a child with if it was a heathen that she had a child with, then it's a heathen.
But God said that he accepted that part of what she did.
Except what? The
That
prostitution.
child,
Well, prostitution is legal.
it's legal.
Yeah, I mean, it's acceptable in Israel.
It is legal.
Yeah, there was in Genesis. It was one account of a woman asking his man. He said, "What do I give you?" Because he was trying to get the box. He's like, "What do I give you?" She said, "I want this." And what was he said? She wanted like a lamb, and then she wanted some other stuff. Remember that one I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Judah.
Yeah. So, but it's not like we because basically prostitution is like if you like a woman and you sleep with one man and then you sleep with another man, you defiled at that point. After you break off with the other man, you sleep with another man, you defile. So basically, that's prostitution. Like these women on Facebook coming out and going on these dates and stuff, you pay them so you can get the box. That's basically prostitution.
Okay,
Because they're supposed to be under one man, but after 2 men, you a harlot. You know what I'm saying? Because if they sleep with a man and then that man dies, they can, of course they can marry another one. But it's a law where you have one woman and she sleeps with the man and things don't work out. You know, he gives her a bill of divorce and leaves off. She has a chance to marry another man, and if that don't work, then she's defiled. At that point, she's a prostitute.
I'm still stuck on
So you said the third child it was a baby by another man.
by another man.
Was another man? Was he an Israelite?
That's what I don't know.
Yeah.
It don't say whether the guy she slept with
If he
was an Israelite, Jew, or whatever.
Israelite, that's an Israelite child.
But God said that He accepted that child, so it had to be an Israelite.
But I mean, it depends on what the purpose is. But it could be a temporal acceptance. I'm not talking about this situation. I'm talking about another situation. It could be a temporary acceptance, fulfill God's will, the Most High's will, and then He get rid of you.
So, but it's okay.
You know what I'm saying? Just
I
like,
looked at it like that. I'm serious.
just
bro. I
like,
looked at it
yeah,
like
just
that.
like
I did.
Solomon, David's first son. He was,
Oh, the one that,
he-
that, that
yeah,
the
that-
Lord killed.
yeah, but he replaced him with Solomon.
Yeah.
So
So Solomon was supposed to be
yeah,
over that
chosen
king.
yeah.
But with
So,
that child being born first, it would have X Solomon out, wouldn't it?
yeah, I mean, it was just overall the Most High's
It
purpose.
was his idea.
It was his purpose. It's his
Purpose.
meant to happen. So he could use a child just like he is with Esau. He uses him as a child growing up. He was a baby. He grew up and he became Esau and Edomite, and he preserved him even to this very day. So that doesn't mean
That
that.
he's gonna be in the kingdom.
Yeah, but if
Three
he's an
wars
Israelite
against the three
child,
wars of the
yeah,
Israelites.
if he's an Israelite child, he's going to be in the kingdom.
But Esau was an Israelite child.
Yeah, but he's not Israelite chosen child.
He's not the
He
chosen.
broke the brotherly covenant.
Okay. He pursued it.
Yeah,
When Esau was in the when they was in the womb, it tells you specifically there's two different nations, two different people, two different nations. So they're not of the same seed.
Yeah,
I don't know why.
and correct that. He's a Hebrew Edomite, but he's not an Israelite.
Right.
Oh, he's not an Israelite.
Yeah.
Because he's a Hebrew.
Right.
Yeah.
They are.
Okay. There you go. There you go.
He's not an Israelite.
He's not
The
an Israelite.
Israelites came of Jacob.
So anybody can be.
So I know what you're talking about now. He was going in basically.
Israelites are Hebrews.
He was basically going in that at that point Israel was being put under the curses or being cast away. So when he was going into those children, he was basically just saying that. Yeah, when it talks about she had those children. You know what I'm saying? But he told Hosea to take one of the wives that were basically harlots. So every child that he had, they were Israel. Hosea says Israel. Yeah.
But didn't she have a kid? Get a kid with
I don't see anything that
No,
says
no,
that.
no. They don't say that.
They don't say
They don't
that.
say that.
So those were his kids.
Yes.
Yeah.
Those Hosea kids. I don't know why I was thinking that she had been fooling around out
Because
in
it called them.
Okay.
And all this going into this represents how the Heavenly Father is accepting us back. Because Israel back into a woman, right? And we were became a whore.
Yeah.
Serving these other guys.
Yeah.
But he still is going to choose to accept us back.
Yeah.
That's what that represents.
But
That's
it's
why he told
saying that what is not Israel. Well, how do it say that
But that's not Israel.
about Hosea that the Lord is saying?
We'll go ahead and read it for you.
Yeah. Also too,
Thank
there's a story that I mentioned that talks about Solomon y'all remember that? Two brothers. And it specified nothing about but yeah, just for the example of judgment, there were two harlots and they cried over they both had a child each. And one died and one lived. One child died, one lived. And they were both saying the living baby was theirs. But so the woman that cried out more for the child before he was to be cut in pieces to save the child was the real mother of the child. But it didn't say nothing about nationality or whatever. So it's based on what I'm saying. The spirit of things is set into how it's supposed to play out, whether the child be of Israel or not. Go ahead.
Because basically he was talking about because he was bearing these children that were basically considered Gentiles, because maybe in a sense we were already getting born outside of the land at that time. You had Hosea, he was having these children from these orders, but when he was saying he wasn't going to accept them because he was already casting Israel away as a whole at that time. That's what he was saying. Because when you go right here, it said we'll just start at verse 6 to make the point. And she conceived again and bare a daughter. And the Most High said unto him, call her name Ruhamah, for I will no more have mercy upon the house of Israel, but I will utterly take them away. That was the period that we were in. We were in the period where all Israel was being basically, he was turning his face from us because we had broken the commandments. We had broken the covenant. So even they were Israelites, but we were getting
so these kids was Hosea kids.
Yeah,
So they're Israelites.
It tell you that
Bro, I'm telling you, man, I sit
That's
in my
why,
bed. I sit in my bed.
Hosea 14:1
I
says,
dealt with that.
Israel, you have fallen by your iniquity.
Yeah.
You know, because we became heathens, man. So
Uh-huh.
you're gonna have Israelites that are called heathens, that was labeled as heathens, even from their own people, man. You know,
See,
but that's always gonna happen, even today. Our people are doing heathen custom,
yeah,
and we don't have no part. That's why it's a 2/3, and that's why it's an elect. But they all Israel. It's just that 2/3 are
Yeah.
gonna fulfill their life.
Because two-thirds have the mannerisms of Esau, even the so-called white man. You know, they have
say that again.
they have the 2/3 of our people, which is basically talking about America. 2 out of every 3 of us have the mannerisms of Esau, even the so-called white man. They have mannerisms like Esau. You know, they think like Esau, they act like Esau. They want to establish their righteousness here. They don't really have an understanding of who the Lord is, you know, in His will. And the ones who love the Lord keep His sayings. He has certain mannerisms how He does things. And our people aren't acceptable of that, you know. They doing it how they want to do it. Yeah. So then they got to get destroyed for that.
So anybody that's saved in well, you know, anybody that's said to come back to the Most High, to repent of their sins, even if it's they're labeled as a heathen, the heathen cannot repent, man. Like Edom and all them, they cannot repent.
Only Israel.
Only Israel, as far as doing the commandments and being perfect. But they're going to be nations that are under us that are going to do our laws, but they're not going to be on top.
And most of
These servants.
most of the things we want to worry about right now is pertaining to salvation. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of the laws that we did follow in Israel, they're not as expedient now. You know, we really are mainly trying to focus on dodging this destruction, man. You know, we don't really like condone Jake to go out and be like, oh, you can just go buy you a woman. We telling you mainly that most of them are wicked.
Yeah.
And you need to focus on the Most High and stay away from basically anybody who's going to take your faith, man. Because these women ain't no good for us, the majority of them, man.
We was going into that just now. Most High separated sons of Adam. Only Most High can do that. Man can
The sons of Adam. Who would be the sons of Adam?
Sons of Adam is everybody.
Everybody.
Like everybody comes from the ground. But Israel is a different somebody, a different.
We're that special.
It's special
Because Adam means Adama. That's how you say that. Adama, and it means from the ground.
from the ground.
Okay? Yeah. So he separated everybody. That's why you have different nations in the Bible.
Yeah.
So you could have a different, what's that word? Differentiate or something?
Yeah.
How you say that?
Yeah.
To separate each one who the Lord is talking to.
Yeah.
Because he only speaking to the elect of Israel. That's who the Bible's written for. Because he said even in the nation of Israel, the rest were blinded. Only the elect obtained the message. And that's who it's for.
And like you said, I mean, the example of, I think you were just hinting about nationality, so to speak. That's what we're going into. Like it even says Esau was Jacob's brother. The Most High said, but I love Esau. Slakia. I love Jacob and I hated Esau. He said, but wasn't Esau Jacob's brother?
Right.
But I laid his mountains to waste. So they came out the same womb and they were brothers. And he still separated them.
He said,
So just because you born out of the same womb or have the same mother,
Doesn't mean you're gonna be accepted. That doesn't mean that. Same way with Isaac and Ishmael. You know, Ishmael had his 12 princes, but he wasn't the chosen seed line to be part of the league. They weren't chosen. So it's all about the prophecy. That's why I said in Revelation 19:10, the Lord is the spirit of prophecy. Before you want to get into the scriptures, you want to understand prophecy. That's the main thing the Lord's coming in the spirit. You know, you have to understand the outline of who this is for. You know, but that was a good question.
But man, I'm telling you, it feels special, man. But you know, when I talk to them, like I always go back to them, man. When I talk to them, they just about to walk away. They think I'm crazy.
Well, because you know, it said that only 1 or 2 of us are getting basically
and then I tell them I'm so alone, you know, other than my wife and a couple of my kids. But you know, you really feel alone in this thing.
But that's why you gotta have the Rakah HaKodesh, and it's power in being alone. And we don't feel alone because we got the Rakah HaKodesh with the Holy Spirit.
They
don't feel alone.
They're gonna separate us anyway. They're gonna tend to separate a lot of us anyway.
Yeah.
So you're gonna have to have the Holy Spirit in you.
Yeah, we got the power. We got the ultimate power with us. We never feel alone. We always with the believers, man. No matter where we at.
Go ahead.
This is Romans chapter 9, verse 1. I say in the truth. In Mashiach,
And it said those who worship the Most High must worship Him in spirit and truth. So Paul is saying, I say in the truth. I do not lie. Go ahead.
I say in the truth. In Mashiach Yahushua, I lie not.
I lie not.
My conscience also bearing me witness.
Yeah, his conscience thinking about this. What his people suffering. Going back to Moses, going back to Noah, going back to the prophets, Ezekiel, Elijah, all the prophets, man, suffered, man. Go ahead.
So also bearing me witness in the Holy Spirit, which is the Rakah HaKodesh, that's how you would say that, Rakah HaKodesh, verse 2, that I have great heaviness and continual sorrow in my heart.
Yeah, because he's going to mention who his people are because the sorrow of his heart. That ain't, these other nations didn't don't do anything that he's so.
Yeah, they celebrate it whenever we feel.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Psalms 83. And then Esau, he wouldn't even let us pass through his borders, man. His own brother, Jacob. And they do the same thing today. They don't let us pass through certain things. They got us like 15 minutes. They filming that. They keep us confined. Yeah, all that.
Sundown towns, all that.
Still exists. Sundown town.
Still exists to this day. They were just talking about that on television this morning. About how racist Oklahoma was.
This is one of the last states.
Norman.
Yeah, this is one of the last states to actually come out of that so-called abolished slavery act. This is the one that lasted longest, man. They don't tell you about that. Oklahoma kept slavery around longer than all the other states.
Well, Oklahoma and Texas were a little longer than that.
Yeah, Oklahoma went longer than Texas. Oklahoma was
could have been.
I did research.
Yeah, could have been.
Yes.
But I know those two states were like last two to abolish slavery. And man, it's a shame, man. When I talk to white folks that they call themselves about this thing, man, and they be, it's still no mercy, man.
And because we're not talking to them. There ain't really no reason to talk to them. That's just like if you watch a movie and you Will Smith and you were the main characters, why would you go over there this dude just sitting over there having a drink in the coffee shop? It ain't got nothing to do with the plot. You're just gonna go tell him like, hey, this is the main movie going like. Why would you go talk to him?
No, he don't know what's
talking to
going
the main character.
Yeah.
He's just a side guy. Nobody worry about that dude. Verse 3, for I wish that myself were a curse.
A curse. It was a curse, man. The Israelites. Even y'all was shot. What did it say? It said curse. They talk about the Israelites.
How people don't understand?
Because it said you're blind.
Is it something you don't want to give up?
Just read.
Your life.
It's the conditioning of America, man. The education of America has blinded these people. It has duped these people into believing this dream. This is called a dream. The dream of America. Even with our people, everybody wants to be a celebrity. They don't want to. If you're a regular person, they idolize these celebrities. So that's their goal. To be them. Okay?
Yeah, it said that not to even focus on the multitude that perish. We're focusing on the elect, the ones who are supposed to get out of here.
And that's what we're going to read about too. Right now, it's talking about the elect.
That's what we're worried about, man. For I wish that, for I could wish that myself were accursed from Mashiach Yahushua, from my brethren,
my brethren,
my kinsmen,
because it even says all Israel is not Israel. It even says, is that in Revelation where it says, oh no, that's in Matthew. I think it was Yahushua. He said, he that does not accept this word, cast him out as a heathen. If he really knows he's not about this word, cast him out as a heathen.
That's That's the
It uses that word heathen too.
Even the Israelite, cast him out as a
That's
heathen.
who should
He's
be
gonna have to
cast out.
taste the wrath of Yahweh Shah.
Okay.
My kinsman according to the flesh.
So according to the flesh, man.
So it's not, so it ain't no such thing as a spiritual Israelite.
Oh,
You know, it's he said according to the flesh, so it's literal. You know,
For you to get access to the spirit, you gotta first have it. You gotta be through that seed line,
gotta be a
man.
bloodline.
Yeah.
Where do people often put that together? Flesh and blood. I'm just flesh and blood. Oh, go ahead.
Verse 4, who are Israelites?
Who are Israelites? They ain't talking about nobody else. So if you're according to Israelite, according to the seed, it even talks about the seed of David, right? That was a seed. That's a lineage. And if you go to a house, it talks about in Numbers, the house of your fathers by the poles, by their pedigrees, man.
That's why we even go into Matthew 1 verse 1. It shows all the lineage, all the men that led down to Yahushua, all the men. It didn't say like this woman was here. Like, no, none of it was even in there. It was talking about the seed line of the men.
But I hear white people all the time talking about their lineage is through their mother.
Ain't nobody worried about what they saying.
I get that because
and some of them actually Israelites. Some of them actually Israelites. They just look like so-called white people. So we're not saying that we don't, we don't test the spirits.
Yeah.
But it's mainly, most of them don't even know themselves. But it's all about the spirit, man. Because Edomite can't obtain the spirit, man.
Yeah.
It's not. It wasn't
You got that delusional information about when they babies, they be like, oh, he looks just like his mother.
Right.
He's gonna grow a beard and a mustache. Women don't do that.
Right.
You know?
Right. Exactly.
So yeah, he's a baby. What do you expect?
Supposed to look like his mother.
Yeah.
Be a little bit.
Come on, man.
Man, that deep demon on it.
But hey, brother, hey man, I got it.
All right,
man.
Hey, I will be back. Check it out again.
All right, man.
Who are Israelites?
Who are Israelites? Go ahead.
To whom pertaineth the adoption?
The adoption. So when it talks about adopted back into the fold, it's talking about Israelites. It ain't talking about heathens. You know? To pertain to adoption, go ahead.
And the glory.
And the glory. Kingdom, go ahead.
And the covenants.
And the covenants, plural. So you can't make a new covenant with the Most High of the heathen. We're not even in the new covenant yet. But you can't. The heathen can't make a covenant, a secret covenant with the Most High, and be Israelites, man, and become Israelites. Go ahead.
And the giving of the law.
And the giving of the law. He didn't, as we talked about it. He gave Moses law. He was a Levite. Moses could have been any nation. Most High could have made Moses any nation if he wanted to. Could have made him a Moabite. Could have made him. He's an Israelite from the tribe of Levi.
right? And like you said, the giving of the law, and the law is like it's that's how we're gonna receive immortality and life. So the law was given unto the heathen. So how are they gonna receive, like you said, the glory? That's a part of glory, immortality.
Not only that, but the law consists of our very characteristics, our very behavior that we supposed to play out that makes us different from these other nations. We shall not eat this. We shall not do this. We shall, go, and we can't keep the laws perfectly. That's why it says 10 laws, and if they made the 10 laws grievous, what Most High said. He said, well, upon these hang all the laws, these 2 commandments. And it's like, and he said the first commandment is like the first commandment is like the one you already know, to serve the Most High with all your heart, soul, and mind, man. So it's almost like you going back to the full circle, returning back to what you knew, what you supposed to do already. Go ahead.
And the service of the Most High.
And the service of the Most High, man. Like, who cares about what the other nations are doing? They're going to be serving us. But our service is to the Most High.
And this is what Jake keep, That's why Jake can't really get on the level, man, because he keep focusing on things that don't really pertain to salvation for the elect, man.
Yeah.
That's who we focusing on. We're not focusing on everybody else. Like why they doing this? Why we even worry about them? We ain't worry about them. And the service of the Most High and the promises.
And the promises, man. Even going back to Abraham, man. You know, go ahead.
Whose are the fathers?
Those are the fathers, Israelites. Go ahead.
And of whom, as concerning the flesh,
There you go. Go ahead.
Hamashiach came.
Yahweh Shai came, man. Who concerning the flesh, Yahweh Shai came.
That's
man.
who he came for.
Yeah.
That's what he came to die for, man. So that's
it.
That's right there.
He didn't come for everybody.
Plain, man. Go ahead.
Who is overall,
Overall,
most high, blessed forever,
Most
among.
High blessed forever. Amen. How you gonna put the heathen in that? He said, "Who are Israelites? You can't become an Israelite."
Yeah, there ain't even no reason to go be going and if you know for sure that Edomite ain't no reason to even tell him this.
Yeah.
There ain't even no reason.
Hey, Paul. If that was the case, Paul would have been a Moabite. John the Baptist, he would have been a Edomite. All these prophets, disciples would have been up from different nations.
Yeah,
How they gonna be all Israel?
and really to think about it, wouldn't he just not even divided no nations?
Nah,
And just we all would have been the same race.
they wouldn't even be no Jew or Greek dissension.
Nothing.
It just would have been like we're all new people of God. We're all new bodies. They would have thought of a name that doesn't have anything to do with Israel, man. Because Israel, if you say, well, you got to convert to Israel, they're going to be like, well, why I got to convert to your religion? Why can't God accept me for what I am and who I am? I'm a Moabite. This is how we practice. Why can't I still believe in God in that way? So that conversion to Israel don't make no sense either, man. The only reason they doing it because they know they want to be the people of the book, and they know that this book is powerful and those people are blessed. So they want to try to fill that role, but they can't because they don't have the spirit to do that. The spirit doesn't show, and it's easy to see for us. It's like, look at these people. They twist their hair like that. That's some madness right there. They balance bottles on their head like rock. The customs are silly that they do. It's not the customs of Israel at all. Go ahead.
Verse 6.
They're not even serious people to even be Israelites. Yahweh Shai was an austere man. I don't see no austerity among these people that call themselves Jews. Go ahead.
Verse 6. Not as though the word of Yahweh have taken none effect, for they are not all Israel which are of Israel.
Because they gonna be going off, man. They gonna be destroyed with the heathen. You know? 2/3. Man.
They being cast out as heathens, man.
They're not really Israelites in the spirit, man.
Yep. Because they trying to bring everybody together.
Yep.
They're trying to they hoping to speak to somebody, and then that person has some kind of recognition of the spirit or some kind of reverence for them teaching them. And it said that we'll be hated for all men for his name's sake. The majority of people you're gonna tell this truth is not gonna like what you're saying, man. We're not here to be liked.
Yep.
Verse 7, neither because they are the seed of Abraham are they all children.
They all children because who came out of Abraham also? Abraham had 8 sons, but who came out also? Ishmael. So it does reference that these nations are not chosen just because they have Abraham as a father.
See?
Go ahead.
It's plain. That's why you know it's gotta go deeper than the flesh. You know? But you ain't even gonna get to go deeper unless you get a specific seed line.
Oh, that was an Israelite right there. It goes right into Abraham and his children.
They is not reading this at church right now. People at Sunday church right now. All they talking about is, well, your birth on the Most High, he'll take care of you. They ain't going to none of this.
They said Jesus ain't sure ain't gonna take care of you.
Yeah, that's all they said.
Go ahead.
Yeah. But in Isaac shall thy seed
Well,
be
in Isaac,
called.
you thought it was over. Okay, is everybody? No, Isaac. And then another seed came after Isaac, man. Go ahead.
Verse 9, that is, they
And
which
that had to be because Isaac was Yahushua.
had to be. That's why he called him his only begotten son.
Yeah, exactly. So, and that lets you know that Abraham, even though the lineage is there, by faith, Abraham did this, and he didn't get circumcised until 99 because of the shore of that faith. But that faith was fulfilled in Yahushua, that we would call upon him. So that was a kind of like a prelude, even though they didn't know at the time that that was Yahushua, Isaac. And then out of Isaac came, go ahead.
That is, they which are the children of the flesh. These are not children of the Most High, but the children of the promise are counted for the seed.
Yeah. So you be like, oh, it's not the children of the flesh. So that means the spirit is open. Like everybody, it goes back to accounting for the seed, man. Seed is a physical thing, man. It's planted. You plant an apple, you plant you plant an apple tree, apple seed, you grow an apple. You plant a orange seed, you grow an orange, man. It's simple, man. Count it for the seed. Isaac, Abraham had Isaac. Isaac had Jacob. Jacob's name was changed Israel, the Israel seed line. So you didn't have the seed line of Israel as Israelites, and the Most High said, go out there and try to save these heathens. No, to go to the Israelites that are among these heathens and pull them out from doing those heathen customs away from the heathens. And if they don't come back, then they're counted as a heathen. They're going to die. And they got to be reborn into the kingdom. Go ahead.
Verse 9, for this is the word of promise.
Word of promise. Go ahead.
At this time will I come, and Sarah shall have a son. And not only this, but when Rebekah also had conceived by one, even by our father Isaac, talking about Esau and Jacob, verse 11, for the children being not yet born.
They wasn't even born yet, man. So all these people talking about, they just babies, and they just, babies are not racist, and they're not friends. I wish we can all just be as it does say, be as a child, but it ain't talking about that right here. This was already pre-made. It was already ordained and already written what these children shall come of. Go ahead.
Neither having done any good or evil.
They didn't even do no good or evil, man. So Edom, you can't save Edom. You can't make him do good. Because even before we knew Edom, Most High did, and he made Edom to be the wicked. And he made these other nations to be, in the power, so to speak, with him. As far as, what did it say in Psalms 83? They made a confederacy.
Oh, yeah, Confederacy.
To be a confederacy. See with him, man. Go ahead.
Having done either any good or evil, that the purpose of the Most High, according to the election, might stand.
According to the election, might stand. So, it don't matter what they're trying to do, or trying to say about getting saved or becoming converting and all that as to what the Most High said. He already made them wicked. Go ahead.
Not of works.
Not of works. So these children go up and they working in the field, and one is made to go into condemnation. You can't do nothing about that. Just like the elders were saying earlier. They said when we went into slavery, we couldn't help that. We were born into a slavery. We were born into subject to these curses, subject to these conditions. Because we are Israelites.
But of him that calleth.
Now, if you are Edomite looking person, and you still getting it bad, and you still, and then you wake up to this truth, and you come to realization that you're an Israelite, then that makes sense too. You know? Go ahead.
Verse
Says
12,
Jesus saves.
888 on
But
that.
then they got the American flag and the OU flag, and then America is a murder and all that.
That's what I'm saying. That's the same thing we just.
That's
I don't think people understand.
yeah, that's basically a Confederate flag.
Yeah, those mannerisms, man. You can't have a Hebrew Israelite shirt on and an American hat on at the same time. Yeah, it just don't look right.
Yeah.
Those are the enemies, man. It just don't look right, man.
That's a deceitful spirit, man.
Yeah, man. It's off. But hey, man. It said, let those who want to be wicked stay wicked. Those who want to be righteous, stay righteous, man. If you don't get it, we're moving on. Verse 12, it was said unto her, the elders shall serve the younger.
Yeah, you can't upset that prophecy, man. You can't make it where they equal, and no, they gonna go back to, you know.
And that's the problem. Jake be going in there and trying to be a scholar, and he ain't even got the basics down yet. Jake ain't even figured out that Jake, the Lord, ain't talking to everybody. He's only talking to the elect. Wow, man.
Hey, why did Rebecca deceive? Why did Rebecca tell Jacob to supplant his own brother? You know, why was that separation of spirit going on? She got his own mother, Rebecca, which is the mother of Esau, as well as Jacob, told Jacob to supplant his own brother. It cost him the birthright. What kind of mother is that? That the spirit of the Lord came upon Rebecca to do that. So that lets you know it don't matter what a woman say or any man for that matter. It's what the Most High already preordained to happen. Go ahead.
This is Isaiah chapter 11, verse 11.
And it talks about so that's like saying that I'm a talk to the Israelites. I ain't gonna talk to other nations. Y'all, this is y'all chance to supplant and come up. It's y'all chance to get together and escape these evils. Well, isn't that for the whole world? No.
And that was both times. Both covenants, man. This is Isaiah chapter 11, verse 11. And it shall come to pass in that day that the Lord shall set his hand again the second time to recover the remnant of his people.
The second time, man. We covered the remnant of his people, man. And he also says, how many times have I taken you under my wing, Israel, and you would not? But then he said, I'll still have mercy upon you, man. I'll still have an elect out of you to bring you back to me. And it started with Yahweh Shai, man. So the Most High is always extending. It's like almost like you're a father to your son, and your door is always open, no matter what. He could do wickedness, but as long as he changes life around and come back, you'll open that door for him. And that's what he does for the elect. Go ahead.
Which shall be left from Assyria and from Egypt and from Pathros and from Cush and from Elam and from Shinar and from Hamath and from the islands of the sea.
Where is that in? Oh yeah, and you know what, Paul, he kind of reiterates that because he said when he goes to the scatter, he said, I saw Israelites under every what do you say? Every nation under heaven.
Yep.
Elamites, but they were Israelites that were in, you know what I'm saying, Elamites land, or even looking like an Elamite.
That was him gathering them.
Yeah, but they were Israelites.
Yep. Because they were the only ones who were going to receive the message. There was going to be a small remnant out of all the Israelites scattered in that area that were going to come out and understand the truth. Yep. And even when it says Assyria and Egypt, that's really going into here too. Because this is spiritually Assyria, spiritually Egypt too, man. You know?
And like we said, we talked about that distinction, that difference. Both type of Afro East Indian, Afro Arabs, Afro East Indians, Afro Iranians. It'll pop up because our people over there too. You know. Go ahead. So why do they set a difference between them and the other Iranians? And they'll tell you how they suffer or how they experience racism and all that. Go ahead.
Verse 12, and he shall set up an ensign for the nations and shall assemble the outcasts of Israel.
Yeah, symbol the outcasts of Israel, man. So when Israel was broken, that's why the Most High said, "Go to the brokenhearted," because Israel were broken. They got scattered. They in times, in series of times, they wasn't even allowed to be let back in the land because they was counted as heathens. The Israelite, the Israel was out. That was certain. You had certain priests, certain Israelite officers. They'd be like, "Hey, man, don't let them come to the Passover." Like, but they Israelites, man. Nah, don't let them come to the Passover. They ain't uncircumcised. They ain't all this. They ain't this and that. You know. Then, but the Yahweh Shai came and said, "You gotta. It comes from inside. You gotta build them up. All that going on is inside. That's why Paul talked about he got a war that happens in his inward parts. They wasn't really exercising those thoughts about how it could be that way. But then when you fix the inward parts, like the Most High said, he can put his laws in our inward parts. You fix the inward parts, the outward parts take care of itself. So the Jews were trying to do everything hands-on and physical and the cleaning of pots and pans and the outside of things and outwardly things. And that didn't perfect things. It was the inside that needs to be perfected or worked on to be perfected. Go ahead.
And shall assemble the outcasts of Israel and gather together the dispersed of Judah.
Dispersed. And it talks about where did he go with it? Where he go where we can't find him? Where he go? And it says, will he go to disperse among the Gentiles and teach the Gentiles? So we know disperse of Israel among the Gentiles and teach the Gentiles that are in the Israelites and Gentiles state of mind.
And that's where they were looking for him. They were trying to look for him to kill him at that time. But then you got even over into this lifetime, they still in that sense, still trying to look for where is the Messiah? Where is Yahweh Shai? He's in us. You know? That's why they're looking for us.
Yeah. And that's one reason they don't want you to know the history about us being two kingdoms and separated. Yep. They don't want you to know that history. It makes all the sense that when you realize, read about the separation, and then even during the Greek customs, you can read about that in Maccabees. They took that out of the book because it's real history in there. So when we followed the heathens so much to where we actually became Greeks. Greeks in the flesh. We wasn't circumcising our children no more. We was, worshiping Greek customs and all that. So you be counted as a Greek. But just let him be a Greek. Jew nor Greek, man. Ain't talking about these other nations, man. Go ahead.
So the dispersed of Judah from the four corners of the earth.
Four corners of the earth. We are scattered all across, even the uttermost parts, America.
Yep.
Now our people over here, they saying they're Americans now, as well as Egyptians. They saying they're Africans and they saying they're Americans. It's even worse. This is the deepest slavery that we've ever been in. It's 2, 3, 4. It's all kind of because it's mixed with a lot of philosophies and our people believing that they Africans and Americans. Those are two different people, man.
And Jake, if they ever try to tell you when you show them that four corners of the earth, and they talk about that, you got them flat earth people talking about it's flat. That shows it's flat. It's talking about north, south, east, and west, man. Don't listen to them people, man. The earth is round, man. You got some Jake fell out of truth over there, man.
Yeah. It's very simple. They make it complex.
Deep demons on it, man.
Yeah. Trying to be too deep, man.
Verse
Like
13.
it's almost like they want to add an extra arm to your right and left arm. Man. Like if the baby come out with an extra arm, they gonna have surgery on it because that ain't normal. Or an extra toe. You got 6 toes.
Yeah, like we gotta
You
get
gonna
rid of
remove
the
that extra
motherfucker.
toe, man.
That ain't proportion right.
Yeah. That's the same thing with the spiritual body in the ministry. You got a schism, you got to remove it.
Yep.
That extra toe that's doing too much, that's
Yeah.
too much.
Yeah, like the whole body trying to turn left. You got somebody trying to go right. That don't work. That don't work. Verse 13. The envy also of Ephraim shall depart.
That's it, man.
All right. Yep. That's it.
I got this.
Go ahead.
This is 2nd Ezra chapter 5, verse 27. It says, and among all the multitudes of the people, thou hast gotten thee one people.
Yeah, because it's a lot of nations of the earth. He got one nation, one people that he got.
It said, and unto this people whom thou lovest. Oh, what is that? What did he say? Jacob have I loved, Esau have I hated. Thou gavest a law that is approved of all.
He gave us a law that approved of all. You know, that's why they're gonna have to do the law when even in the kingdom, man. You know, go ahead. Is that the one that go into out of all the lake,
Yep.
one river and all that? Go ahead. Go ahead.
It's like Second Ezra 5 and 23. It said, O Lord, that bearest full of every wood of the earth, and of all the trees thereof, thou hast chosen thee only one vine.
Only one vine, man. So there's multiple nations. Most High chose one nation, Israel. Go ahead.
And of all lands of the whole world,
See this?
thou hast.
See, in this place, you can have all kind of friends and people and all that. You can have an atheist and a goth and a game banger and they all and a basketball player, football player, and they all on the same team and shit. They all won. They all meet up. You know, it's like intertwining baseball and football. It's gonna be like, nah, that's a different kind of game, man. You want one thing one way. You got a favorite meal that you go to at this restaurant, and you say, "What's your favorite?" Oh, that's your favorite. You know what I want, and if they add another ingredient, you're gonna be like, "No, that's not how I want it." You know, and you might be mad as hell because of that. Who told you to put you know what I'm saying? Who told you to put ketchup on it? Who told you? It might seem small, but it's not like exactly how you want it, man. You want your favorite how you want it, man. And Most High got a favorite. Go ahead.
And of all lands of the whole world, thou hast chosen thee one pit.
That's why he's working with the one elect, because he's molding them to how he wants them to be. He ain't worried about molding the other nations and all that. They're gonna be servicing.
Yeah, that pit is the land of Israel.
Yeah.
They said, and of all the flowers, there are one lily.
One lily.
So he has a favorite flower. You know, that's a lily.
It's like if you have a favorite car and it's kind of old, they got kind of old, you're gonna fix that car up. You're gonna save that car. It's gonna run down to the family. You're gonna pass it down to your son. He's gonna pass it down to his. The engine get old, you're gonna throw the engine out and put a new engine, but you're gonna keep that car because it's monumental to you. And it has memories, right? Like that's the first car I had when I became, you know, an artist or something. Bring back a lot of memories. I love this car. That's how Most High is. He got memories with us. Back toward the ancient fathers and all that. Why would he get rid of that? Your first love. If they were together like they supposed to be, if women was together like with a man like she's supposed to be and married no other man, she's gonna have memories with that man. She's gonna rekindle. That's why they a lot of times when they have a marriage, they've been married 5, 6 years, they'll have a marriage again. They'll remarry that same person because it reminds them of those memories that they first had when they first met and all that. Go ahead.
And,
Most I don't have no memories with these other nations, man. On that level, they were our enemies, man. That's why he said, "Only you have I only knew about all our other nations, man." Go ahead.
and of all the depths of the sea, thou hast filled thee one river,
One river, man.
and of
One.
and of all building cities, thou hast hollowed Zion unto thyself.
And myself, that monumental city that stands up on the hill, that city, a true city of lights. You know. Go ahead.
And of all the fowls that are created, thou hast named thee one dove. And of all the cattle that are made, thou hast provided thee one sheep.
And those people, the rest of those people, that even says that these are the kings who committed fornication with the harlot. What did it say about the harlot? Not to Israel. It says she was a well-favored harlot. So on the left-hand side, in this worldly way, she's a well-favored harlot. So of course these nations are going to, go into sleeping with this whore, being a part of her money system, her wealth, her carnality. And we ain't a part of that, man. If we would be in the industry. How many talented brothers there are that overpass these musicians in the industry that could have made platinum albums. But we're unlike these other nations, man. Even our own people, 2/3. Because these other nations, they got, like we said, they got their hand in the cookie jar. They want to become a superpower like America. All of them. The BRICS, that's almost the rest of these nations, man. You got China, you got China, that speaks for all these the Moabites, man. You got South Africa, that speaks for all these Egyptians and all that. You got Saudi Arabia, that speaks for these Arab people and shit, man. Who else is with them? All these nations is with them almost.
You got Gomer, Turkey in them. You got who else? Some of the Elamites.
And you got Brazil. Come on, man. They colonized by the Edomites. But our people sell out too. But like I said, man, all these nations and the powers of these people on this earth is giving Israel no food, so to speak, and no power themselves. There's no love to the true Israelites. And they said that. Huh?
All the same. Teamanites and Germans. Yeah. All these different nations, man.
And we suffered under the hand of these modern day Edomites. The Bible has 2,000 years. Shit. Look at the Black Holocaust in Germany. Look at the Atlantic slave trade right here in America. Look at the Arabs, how they had so-called black slaves. Look at the Confederacy in Psalm 83, and all these nations hate us. So why would the Most High give them a pass to become saved or get into the kingdom as royal?
And you know that this whole nation is in distress because everywhere you go right now, all the flags are halfway down, man. That means a state of depressed, man.
Yep.
Depression.
It's civil unrest happening in Mexico right now, right?
Okay.
That's Most High shaking up things, man. Go ahead.
So this is you know what that? All right, this is just like you was talking about. Zakar was talking about, and Jan was talking about you know, we don't separate nothing. There's nothing with partiality. That's how the Lord charged us to be. This is 1 Timothy chapter 5, verse 21. I charge thee before the Most High and the Lord Yahweh Shah Hamashiach and the elect angels. It's 1 Timothy 5:21. I said it right. Yeah, First Timothy 5:21. That thou observe these things without preferring one before another, doing nothing by partiality. Verse 22, lay hands suddenly on no man, which is saying, like, don't just be so quick to credit somebody, Jay. And that's what our people are like. Just because somebody say they believe in the truth or say they believe what we say, don't lay no hands on those type of men unless you're really sure through their faith and their works. Because those are the same things, you know, that bring together that body, man. Just like Squad said, like, you can't have, you know, no half, you know, you can't have no half belief in the truth, man. And it shows in your mannerisms. It shows in how much dedication you have to the brotherhood. It shows how much dedication you have to the elect. You know, either be partaker of other men's sins, keep thyself pure. So that's why we stick around each other as brethren. You know, a lot of people just want to be in the truth just because they're lonely or they don't have nowhere to go or they want to be a part of something. That's not what this is about, man. You know, this is about coming together for the Most High's cause, man. For the elect.
Yeah, like you said, these nations, they don't even believe in the Most High.
Yep.
Didn't it say the heathen, why hast thou take my law into thy mouth or something like that?
Yep. The songs.
Yeah. You know, like they don't even, they shouldn't even be, how they going to be connected to the Most High to be saved and they're not even connected. They can't even pray to the Most High. Can't even, you know? Put on the elect. That's what it says, right?
Yep. I had it earlier. This is First Peter, no, it's Colossians, chapter 3, verse 12, and it reads, "Put on therefore, as the elect of the Most High, holy and beloved, vows of mercy's kindness." And when you go into that mercy and kindness, it's not just saying you just being kind to these demons, man. It's talking about you getting mercy to be able to come back into this truth, man. Having mercy to be able to obtain your heritage, man.
Yeah,
It's not something soft.
yeah. And the Most High said, I will have mercy upon who I want to have mercy upon.
Yep.
And what did Sarah say about concerning the two children her own, which was Jacob, right? No, which was Isaac.
Okay.
Fuck, man. It was Isaac, and she said, cast this woman's son out, and let not this bond child be heirs for my child. So that's another separation of Ishmael and Isaac. That's how serious it was. Yeah. You know?
So God's
You don't think all through the history and all through these words of the Most High that why he keeps saving the saying things pertaining to elect, the seed line, and then all of a sudden now everybody can be saved. No, man. He's showing it. It said the ones that lived before us are supposed to be examples to us, man. Even it uses the Sodom and Gomorrah as an example in Jude. So if they're an example, then that means the Most High was dealing with Israel on that level to be understood that He only deals with them. Go ahead.
humbleness of mind, meekness.
Oh, these heathens ain't humble, man. And like we said, when they set 10 in Jake's neighborhood, they be taking Jake's money, man. and telling him to get out. We got a byword among all these heathens, man. The Chinese Bayo get out. The Ishmaelites, you know, a lot of them know we guys, good people, and they say, hey, yeah, we never told you though, you know, and they use their money against us because they rich and all that. So they don't really love us. Oh, these Africans, they got a word called kata, which means cotton picker, man. And like we said, like you said, you can only go in parts of West Africa. You go to other parts, they gonna get you out of there. Like you always try to go to a part of Africa and say the name, they kick them out of there. So these heathens don't like us, man, even to this day. Edom being the main Edom, we always tell you, and it shows today through that system. The police, uh, police units,
Yep.
you know, and the politicians tell them, hey, Trump don't care about us, man. And all them people that sit up in those political seats, guess what? They cooled out, man. They grew up in a lot of these political, a lot of these colleges, prestige colleges, and grew up with these politicians, man, because they were once college people too. Go ahead.
So humbleness of mind, meekness.
Meekness, they're not meek. What did it say? A meek shall inherit the earth. These heathens are not meek. These other nations are not meek, man.
They're not content with what they have, man. They're always trying to find new ways to drain. They're always trying to find new ways to drain the life out of Jake out here.
Yeah.
They can't be satisfied. They got to open up 100,000 franchises.
Well, even among all these other nations, when you go up to the other side, they get treated like Jake get treated like shit, man. They experience racism over there in China, racism over there in Iran, racism over in Japan, racism in the UK. They'll tell you about it.
And, you know, even if some Jakes got a little bit of money, it's not all entirely a money problem. It's a sovereignty problem. Like, we can't do our own thing, man.
Yeah, and it's also a spiritual thing, man. And it's a bloodline thing, which goes back to the spirit, man. Go ahead.
Long suffering,
Long suffering.
forbearing one another.
Hey, 2/3 ain't even long suffering, man. They got to go back into worldly things and take worldly bags and all that. So it ain't even talking about them. Go ahead.
So long suffering, forbearing one another, and forgiving one another.
Giving one another. How you go? What did it say? Most I said, take care of your own house. Then you know, you can't. How you gonna try to say these other nations? You ain't even got no picture amongst your own nation. Black community ain't even thriving as a successful thread in this fabric of America, man. They got problems and all that, and they trying to save these other nations. You know, go ahead.
If any man have a quarrel against any, even as Hamashiach forgave you, so also do ye. You see, and that's what a lot of people don't really understand when it's talking about that. It's talking about Israel. It's talking about the elect. Because anybody else getting no forgiveness wiped out, man. Only the elect.
Because what did he say? What did he say of Mashiach? He died for that one nation.
Yep.
You know, and those that were a part of the folk, they became a part of the folk because they Israelites. And it's a spiritual thing because, hey, that's why you had all the tribes vibing and all that. You had a black, so-called black vibing with the Puerto Ricans. Even though they had trouble in the neighborhoods, all that gang stuff and all that drug stuff, okay, that'll separate any man. That'll make any man become enemies. Or having no food and all that. You know, if you're not in the spirit of Yahweh, because Most High took his spirit away from us for a second, man. He sealed the book. But we still had likeness of spirit to where we bonded together some kind of way. And that was through music, you know. Yeah, even with the Mexicans, you know, hanging out. You get any of those nations try to do that same thing, they're gonna be like, we weird, man. You act funny, man. You know? Go to China right now, you're gonna be like, damn, they don't do nothing like, yeah. You know what Jake put up with that? Because he done married a Chinese woman. He done married a Philippine woman. He done married a Japanese woman. Of course, you get boxed. You might put up with some few things, especially if she's pretty and submissive. You like start to speak her language and all that. Get along with her father. You don't have to see him too much, but go to dinners when they say. But you get in that box, and they got money, right? These heathens got money. That's why, hey, that's one reason too. That Paul say, get your concubine, man. These other nations, they will only be submissive, but they got money. Put in your pocket, take care of you, and give you meals with no complaints. But still, if you have a child with them, they're Israelite children, man. And the Moabite, when he says the Israelite child, they be like, oh, look at this, and they play with his hair and stuff like that. They don't say he's a Chinese child. They be like, yeah, look at him. They know he's an Israelite. Go ahead. He went to the Egyptian women when they found Moses. They said, let's find somebody of the Israelite women that have breastfeed them. Go ahead.
It's Amos chapter 5, verse 12. For I know your manifold transgressions and your mighty sins.
Yeah, the Most High already know our transgressions and sins. He already know what we like, they gonna go off. Give them a lifeline. Reserve 7,000. They're not gonna make it. You know? Go ahead.
They afflict the just. They take a bribe.
Hey, you set up in a physical example, you set up what they call it, when you save up money for your kid. I mean, you put a treasury
pension.
You a father allowance. You build that up, and you got like $18,000-$20,000. It's called something else, but allowances are good. And you got $30,000 for your son. And he's going off. He's doing all kind of shit.
Trust fund.
Trust fund.
Yep.
That's what it's called. And he's doing all kind of shit. You know, out there in the streets, selling drugs and all that. And you buy, but you ain't gonna give it to another child. You either gonna be like, well, I'm gonna just keep it for myself, but you ain't gonna give it, or you gonna keep it. Most likely keep that for him when he does right, when he gets right. If he does it right. But you ain't gonna give it to another child. Go ahead. All that adoption shit. The only time I really hear of adoption shit, especially adopting these other nations of vice, I ain't never heard of a Jake adopting the Moab children, or adopting Elamite children, or Edomite children. It's the other way around. But that's only most likely that happens in the celebrity world and a few times through this earth. But if y'all want these other nations, why don't y'all embrace them? Why don't y'all adopt their children? Why don't y'all move into their neighborhoods and shit? Go ahead.
They take a bribe and they turn aside the poor in the gate from their right. Verse 13, therefore the prudent shall keep silent in that time, for it is an evil time. Verse 14, seek good and not evil, that ye may live. And so the Lord, the power of hosts, Yahweh shall be with you, as he has spoken. Verse 15, hate the evil and love the good, and establish judgment in the gate. It may be that the Lord power, Yahweh Shai of hosts, will be gracious unto the remnant of Joseph.
The remnant of Joseph. And what happened in the time of Samaria, during the time of Shalmaneser? He implemented the heathens, right, into Samaria. So you got heathens going in there, and what did they do? They wasn't listening to the law. Most High sent lions upon them, right? So you be like, don't even go to Samaria. You know, it's filled with heathens. Hey, our people have prominent positions under the authority of these heathens. But the Most High, Moses refused to be called the grandson of Pharaoh, man. Why didn't Most High put the spirit on Moses to accept those heathens and say, nah, as long as you do right, Pharaoh, the Most High, he'll accept you as his son. Why didn't Sarah tell Ishmael, long as you one of my sons too, if you get right, the Most High accept you. None of these heathens were granted royalty in the kingdom. They were blessed. That's it. Not access to the kingdom, to royalty, only to be servants. Go ahead.
Going into that judgment being set is for a remnant to remain. This is Ezekiel 14:21. For thus saith the Lord power, how much more when I send my 4 sword judgments upon Jerusalem? The sword and the famine and the noisome beast and the pestilence to cut off from it man and beast. Verse 22, yet behold, therein shall be left a remnant that shall be brought forth, both sons and daughters. So right now we're being brought forth spiritually, and then it's going to come to a time where we're going to be brought forth to where we were saved out of this destruction, man. That's the process of the remnant being saved, starting with the word.
Yeah, it even says that Most High is going to correct Jacob measure, ultimately destroy him.
Yep.
So as long as he's leaving a remnant, a little small portal, and it is smaller and smaller, then he's still dealing with Israel, man. Go ahead.
Therein shall be, both sons and daughters, and behold, they shall come forth unto you, and ye shall see their way and their doings.
So you're going to tell me our women now, they don't have to marry an Israelite man. They don't have to find an Israelite man. But they could marry Moab and still get on a chariot and still be an elect lady and shit. Marry an Elamite and still be an elect lady. You know what they did to him when they went over to Dubai? They shitted on him, man. On the Judite women. So that's what happens when you get to these other nations, especially Esau. A lot of Edomite that have married these Judite women, the so-called black women, they murder these women. If they say one thing out of order, act like they better than them, they say they got the nerve. Esau got that state of mind. I rule this fucking world. What you talking about? I'll check you out. And they kill him. Go ahead.
Ye shall be concerning the evil that I have brought upon Jerusalem.
Yeah, how we comforted through the prophecies of this word, through this word. Knowing that don't you want to hear that you were chosen? And our Most High said, where hast thou loved us? Well, wasn't Esau Jacob's brother, but Esau have I hated, Jacob have I loved. Don't you want to hear that? You don't want to hear that he loved Esau too? Because Esau is his enemy. Esau pursued him and said, I will pursue my brother after my father's death. You don't want that man to share your kingdom with you. Or a man that hung and raped you and robbed you and broke your spirit. You don't want no dealings with that man. Go ahead.
Even concerning all that I have brought upon it.
All that I brought upon it. What did they say? The children say they're going to complain of an ungodly father, right? Because they're going to be recompensed for his sake. So you can't be like, well, that was an Edomite back then. Now they're good. Now their children are doing right. And their children believe in it. They real Christians. No. They the seed of their father. They actually are their father. And they reincarnated. So if they were hanging Jake back then, guess what? Especially in time of Jacob's trouble, they're going to be hanging Jacob again. They're going to be murdering Jacob again.
Like you said, he said you shall be comforted by the things I should bring upon Israel. And we understand that a lot of these jakes ain't right out here.
Yeah.
So we like shit when we see judgment being executed. A like shit. That's what they get because we understand the will. We understand how much shot. You know, like Scripture says, they shall know my judgment.
Yeah, when you're in court and somebody, even if it's a Jake that killed your whole family, you want that Jake executed. You don't care if he's an Israelite. He did something real bad. You know?
That's like Big Shot. Like Apostle God, he said with that fat, big, black, you know, that what she get, you know. And you know what? I feel the same way because, and I put it to y'all YouTube. Fuck them, man. It's like, matter of fact, and you know, the more the apostles speak and brothers speak about how these black, these overgrown, Shrek looking beasts, Apostle Kai, he be the main one talking about how they just black. Oh, they said in the scripture how they glamorous
Yeah.
and know of nothing.
Yeah.
Man, at my job, right? You know the one I was telling y'all about, the one that child support, the ugly one.
Yeah.
You know, it looked like a. Hey, she what was it yesterday? She going out for the managers. She going out for the manager, and this ain't the first time I seen her do it.
Yeah.
The manager tell her something, she get an attitude. Yesterday she getting all loud. They had to send her overgrown ass home. You know what I'm saying? So you know, so that's true, man. And that's why, hey, it's always Judah, these Judite women, man, talking shit.
If you see if you go to a eat out, right, and you can get your plate and shit, and you see like a fat woman go before you, you're gonna be, and she eat up, you're gonna be mad as hell, or you're gonna be thinking like she ain't eat up all the, and she take the last 10 pieces of chicken, you like, you're gonna be mad as hell, man. Like, I hate fat women, man. You know? And especially if that's what they do. That's what they do. They eat all the damn time, man. They eat everything up, man.
Yeah.
It ain't like one time they be like, yeah, you eat first. They be like busting down the door like the Kool-Aid man and shit. You don't want that shit. And that's just like a lot of other stuff that bothers Jake. Especially with these nations, they're irritating. They're annoying and all that.
And then her got as long as Saquon's hair. I'm like, you all right? How you gonna get mad? You ain't even got no hair. I was sitting there watching it. I thought about what you said. And I said, bro, you ain't got no hair. How you gonna be mad? You ain't be mad at your damn self. Don't be mad at trying to tell you what's right. I was like, man, that's crazy, man. Eve out here mad. You ain't got no hair.
And you know, it's kind of like a fat woman. She'll be like, well, it doesn't say nothing about obesity that is wrong in the scriptures. It tells you that a man will he take grapes where he hasn't had enough? He didn't ate enough damn grapes. Leave some for somebody else. Leave some food for somebody else. You know? It's like a lot of these things that's written in the scripture, they be trying to say, it ain't verbatim, it's not, you know, it doesn't say that exact thing. Y'all ain't gonna get it.
And that's what I'm saying, like, because all Judah really got struck with that, even the men, like, we all got shit fucked up with us and shit. So that's why we just blessed to be here, man. We blessed to be in this thing. You had something, Mark? I think Spawn just pull up something. Yeah, I think Don had something. Yeah?
I was actually going to say one that we mentioned earlier about what did it say? I would get you to feel. Oh, yeah. Isaiah 14. Yeah. And another thing too, a note that the Most High deal with nations. That's why he said nation shall go against nation. Nationality is part of your race. Is actually your race, man. What nation you're from.
I got one.
So yeah, we're gonna get that first. was saying Esau has done away with. Now he's trying to be saved. And shit. Which is it? Are you done away with? Or are you still here trying to get saved? Because either way, go ahead.
Isaiah chapter 14, verse 1. For the Lord will have mercy on Jacob and will yet choose Israel.
Will yet choose Israel, man. And we read another scripture where it says he chose Israel again. So he's still choosing Israel as the elect today, like he did back then.
You know, and that's why we tell you, like, you know, to feel blessed that you in this truth, because we the best out of the worst of all Israel, man. You know, and really, Israel, man, is the worst right now, man. Out of everybody, man. You know, it said we taught the wicked ones their ways and stuff, man. So the Lord really have mercy on us, man.
Yeah, and that's real. Yeah, and that's what they're doing. They're imitating the first Adam when he hid. When he was hidden, he hid, and he was doing wrong, right? And he was ashamed. But what did he do? They hid themselves with things. They went into these other nations, man. That's what they're doing today. We're taking on the spirit of Yahweh Shai, the second Adam, the last Adam, not the first. Go ahead.
Yeah. And set them in their own land.
Set them in their own land, not everybody else's land, their own land. Go ahead.
And the strangers shall be joined with them.
Yeah, the strangers are Israelites.
Yep. The scattered Israelites, the dispersed.
Because when they back then they were kicked out of Jerusalem. A lot of them kicked out of Jerusalem, born out of Jerusalem. They were considered strangers.
Yep.
But they're gonna cleave unto them now, and to go into that land again, where we're all basically accepted again from the Most High. Go ahead.
And that began with when the Apostle Paul came on the scene.
Yep.
You know, those strangers cleaving unto them.
We teach that all the time, but then you got people like Alizé talking about the apostles teaching that Cornelius was a heathen. That don't even make sense. That goes against everything we teach, man. That goes against everything we teach, man. We apostles ain't never said that, man. So, and that stranger shall be joined with them, and they shall cleave to the house of Jacob.
Cleave to the house of Jacob. Some more, a little bit more.
Go ahead. All right. Okay. This is verse 2. Hold on.
Should be a little bit more.
It will be. Verse 2. And it reads, and all the people, and the people shall take them.
And we're going to take them. Go ahead.
And bring them to their place.
Go ahead.
And the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord for servants and handmaids.
Those are the heathens, man. Not the strangers. Because the strangers, what did Paul say? The strangers at Rome, they were strangers because they were lost of their heritage or outside of Jerusalem. Strangers at Rome. You born in Rome, you're a stranger to your land. Go ahead. And then, like we said, these things that America, a lot of these things that America does and allow and make up to have our people influenced by should be strange to our people. You know, like dogs sleeping in your bed, that should be strange to you. Incest or the practice of coexisting religions, that should be strange to you. Our women wearing blonde, and our men, and the men wearing blonde hair, that should be strange to you. Dyeing your hair, you know, wearing all this, the bull nose rings and all that. You know, not the nose ring, but the bull thing. Wearing the Baphomet shirts and all that. That's supposed to be strange to you. Somehow, Jacob accepted those things. A woman, a bald-headed woman, that should be a shame to the woman. Her hair is her glory. But now that's a statement of a statement now for black women, for proud black women, or black women, cultural black women, or independent black women. Well, you gonna be independent like that? Ain't nobody black woman.
Yeah, one came up to the job yesterday. Had a whole side of her head shaved bald. The other side with long braids. And it was purple braids. I said, look at that little Egyptian thing going
Yeah,
on.
and
We're not talking about ones that can't help it. We're talking about ones that purposely do it for a statement
yeah,
of black power or independent womanhood.
yeah, you know,
Hey,
it's a big difference.
Yeah, that's a big difference.
Yeah, you know, we ain't talking about just because you might have a condition and your hair gone.
Yeah.
We're talking about people who really do that shit, man. Out of a liking of it.
And as the black or set a statement against black
Yeah,
men, you know, those kind of women, man. Y'all got to separate yourself from these other women we be talking about, man.
yeah, we ain't talking about y'all.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Go ahead. You said something. You saying something?
oh no, I was just saying
Go
like,
ahead.
you know, and she was cool. The lady that came, she
Yeah.
was cool. She was cool as hell. But I was like, I said, you got this little Egyptian thing going on, don't you? She said, yeah. She was proud of that little style too. I said, I'm talking about they look crazy to me. I'm talking about it like she got a razor and completely just, you know,
Cause she knows she probably date women and shit.
yeah.
You know, that's be them butchers.
Hey, if Jada turned her life around, Jada Pinkett, and submitted and said she loved y'all while y'all was shot, we wouldn't be on Jada. We wouldn't have nothing negative evil to say about Jada. You know? Go ahead.
And they shall take them captives whose captives they were.
Yeah, it's going to be slavery in the kingdom. Service in the kingdom. Similar to that scripture, he that lead in captivity should go into captivity.
Yep.
And then it said after that, this is the patience and the faith of the saints. Like the saints are waiting for that turn, man. And that turn is going to be forever. It's not going to turn again. It's going to be forever. Go ahead.
And they shall rule over their oppressors.
Rule over their oppressors, man. Who's our oppressor? These other nations. They're oppressing us. You know these Korean shops and these they sell game. All they sell is gang member clothes, blue rags, red rags, 40s and shit for black people, black and miles, cigarettes. If cocaine was legal, they'd be selling cocaine, man. To our people, they know who go to those stores, man. So they don't love our people. They don't love Jake, And they got their hand in the superpower potluck superpower thing, man. They all trying to get there.
And when you go to the word of oppressor, it goes to being forced to pay taxes, exactly. So hey, that's Esau. That's what they're doing right now.
Yeah.
We forced to pay. This, and then it goes to the continuous struggle.
Yeah. Yeah. Remember it said.
So we're gonna rule over them.
Yeah. Remember it says how had the oppressor cease. So when the oppressor cease, how he gonna go back into the kingdom too to be equal with the ruler with the people that he oppressed and shit. He gonna be equal to them and having joy like him. Nah, come on, man. What about Lazarus, the rich man and Lazarus? Come on, man. Any closing scriptures?
Jeremiah chapter 3, verse 23. It says, truly in vain is salvation hoped for from the hills and from the multitude of mountains.
Yeah.
Like he said, what's that? Psalm 2nd chapter, why did the heathen rage and imagine a vain thing? Because they looking for salvation, looking to be saved. But like it says, truly in vain is salvation hoped for from the hills and from the multitude of mountains.
Yeah. Those governors of governments, those kingdoms.
Basically, the nation.
Yeah, the nations. Because what did the Most High say too? He said, these heathens, they basically these nations shall come bending unto thee, and I will show them that I've loved you. Go ahead.
Truly in vain is salvation hoped for from the hills and from the multitude of mountains.
Esau is still here, no matter how you hope for Esau, right? It said his mountains laid his mountains to waste. His heritage and his mountains to waste, man.
It says, truly,
It even says the Moab shall be his watchpot. It says the Ethiopian shall be slain by a sword. What other proof that you need to know that the Most High don't care about these nations? Isaiah 40 and 15, 17. Go ahead.
it says, truly in the Lord, our power
Oh, that's
is
possessive, right? Our power,
yep,
not nobody else's. Go ahead.
yep. Truly in the Lord, our power is the salvation of
It's the
Israel.
salvation of Israel, that name. And it talks about how our people spoke against these nations, said, how has these nations, these heathens, reputed as nothing, begin to rule over us? Show them, the Lord, that you are in power and that they are nothing but heathens, or nothing but, you know, but men. So it was always that opposition even to this day. Go ahead.
That was it.
Go ahead. You got articles, maybe?
Well, I mean, it's been mainly going into Apple. Just launched a digital ID system. They're gonna basically format that with all the other big companies, Google, Verizon, all these different companies. They're getting their digital, IDs ready to where once you sign up for it, all your medical records are there, everything. That's why, that's their first step. They got to get everybody's medical records and everything on these digital systems, so they can start implementing the whole digital system as a whole. We know over there in Europe, 2027 they ain't gonna have no more cash. By 2027, and they said I think that was by 2027 they'll have that and the whole CBDC rolled out, and it'll be illegal to use cash. We know that over there in Venezuela, things are heightening up with Russia having military in there, America, Babylon the Great having military in there. America starting to train their soldiers in guerrilla warfare. So you got
Venezuela, did they ever become
yeah, there was the
officially?
BRICS.
Yeah.
Yep.
Did it become official?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, they've been with the BRICS
Yeah.
about half a year now. So that's heightening up over there. And then you also got the situation going on in Taiwan with China trying to take those regions back. Still got stuff going on in Ukraine with America. So now Ukraine and America are fighting in two different areas. So this world war is heightening up. You also got a lot of people there talking about how good old Negro President Trump. They think a lot of people gonna step down because of Epstein files, but they don't know, man. That is the cruel ruler, and he's about to come down with great wrath, man. He ain't stopping. He ain't dropping out shit. He's finna go hard. You know, he's gonna show you that this place is demonic. I mean,
Mexico, wasn't it digital?
Yep, the digital ID is being accepted over there. So the whole world is moving as a whole, but it's always going to start in the East. Everything comes from the East.
Yeah.
The missiles, the truth, the word, things going digital. The famine of the word. They can't even use they can't even get on the internet and use the Bible Gateway or know nothing. They can't do nothing like that over there in the UK. Also in China, they're not they're the famine of the words there already. They're restricting all that. So you can't teach online. They're blocking all the they're blocking all communication with the West because of what's going on in Venezuela. The EU is not even giving any more intel to Babylon the Great. So we got that going on, and then I got one more thing, but go ahead, so you won't forget it.
Right quick, look up if Mexico a sovereign country. Like that.
It says yes. Mexico is a sovereign country with a federal government that represents the states in international matters. Mexico declared its independence from the Spanish Empire in 1821
Okay.
and has been an independent nation ever since.
Okay. One more question is, who is Is Mexico colonized of any sort? Is there any sort of colonization in Mexico?
Yeah, it definitely is. Go ahead.
Is there any colonized? He said, yes, Mexico has a deeply colonized past.
A deeply colonized past. Go ahead.
With a 300-year period of Spanish rule that began with the Spanish conquest of the Aztec Empire in 2020.
Let's say of the past.
It's like of the yeah.
I meant today. Is it colonization today?
And you know that. That's why they going digital when everybody else is. They all on the same path.
It said no. It said no. Mexico is not a Spanish colony today, as it gained independence in 1821.
And there's no such thing as independence because they rely on America for their food, their products. They rely on Esau for their resources. So when you hear these people, man,
and that's why, and I want to bring that up. That's why you got all those Hondas being sold because where's Honda made from? Japan. That's a Japanese car. So why is it popular among Mexicans? Because a lot of Mexico is colonized by Japan. You know what I'm saying? So they have a very high investment over there in Mexico to where the Mexicans buy Hondas, they bring them over here, and they known for buying Hondas, you know, or dealing with Hondas, and that's why, man. You know, so it's not a independent country, like we said, not on this own umbrella of Mexico, so-called Mexican people. You know, they're being ruled by Edomites and colonized by Edomites, just like the whole world is. So you wonder why they following this technology or faced with this technology? Are they gonna say no? If they say no to the BRICS, right, so to speak, like we're not gonna be a part of the BRICS, and the BRICS, they won't put that pressure on them because what is Mexico? You know what I'm saying? It's like they ain't worried about Mexico, man. But they are going to face this MOTB, and they're going to have to make a decision of that. And it's still going to be the same rules that apply all over the world. You got to take it and use it for your digital currency, your new ID. So, anybody got anything?
I think that's it. I'll try to bring somebody. Not too big. We most big
Yeah. So we still dealing with this beast system, these beast people, these oppressors, these enemies, and there ain't no way that the children they can become the children of God and they're going to be in the kingdom with us, or above us, or equal to us, man. Edom is going to be the worst of that. These other nations are going to be servants. You know, it's about the elect. Then we get into the kingdom, and all the multitude with the elect is going to have children. A lot of multitude is going to be women. We're going to have children, and 2/3 are going to be born as babies in the new world of Jerusalem. It's going to be right here on earth. You know? So we're gonna thank Yahweh, the water Yahweh, for a beautiful day, man. It's mid-November. You know, it's a beautiful day. So hey, we give all praises to Yahweh.
Bahashem, Yahushua, Bahashem, Kakwadash.
Rock day, the honors to the apostles, the elders, and bishops, great millstone. Most I teach to the brothers, teach the word for the hopeful election, be like most I will, the hopeful extended election, shalom, blessing, man, women, and children. Stay strong, brothers. To the next episode. Hey, don't listen to nobody. Stay with your spiritual teachers. Stay with GMS. Stay edified. Stay with us. Continue to do videos. Stay on top of the news and the game of this man. This is what he playing.